And here's the best part. The book is scented. We scented it with a custom scent made by this amazing company called 1229, and they designed for me the scent of optimism.
All right.
So you smell the pages, and they smell like optimism, right? And the
cooperation.
And usability.
So I thought I would do something a little different today. You know, when you're speaking to tens of thousands of people and you have the opportunity to share a message, of course, most rational people would say, let's go with something I've talked about lots of times and I'm really good at, but I'm not normal, so I'm going to do something completely new, and I hope this works out. And I don't think people train tons and tons of training how to do our jobs. They'll show us how to use the software. They'll send us away for a few days to get trained in whatever it is that we're doing for the company. And then they expect us to go be good at our jobs. And that's what we do. We work very hard. And if you're good at your job, they'll promote you. And at some point, you'll get promoted to a position where we're now responsible for the people who do the job we used to do, but nobody shows us how to do that. And that's why we get managers and not leaders. Because the reason our managers are micromanaging us is because they actually do know how to do the job better than us. That's what got them promoted. Really what we have to do is go through a transition. Some people make it quickly, some people make it. Everyone has the capacity to sacrifice.
the environment's wonderful.
And I went to buy a cup of coffee, and there was a barista by the name of Noah who was serving me. Noah was fantastic. He was friendly and fun, and he was engaging with me, and I had so much fun buying a cup of coffee, I actually think I gave 100% tip.
There's not a leader on the planet.
He was wonderful.
That is responsible.
So as is my nature, I asked Noah, do you like your job? And without skipping a beat, Noah says, I love my job. And so I followed up. I said, what is it that the Four Seasons is doing that would make you say to me, I love my job? And without skipping a beat, Noah said, throughout the day, managers will walk past me and ask me how I'm doing, if there's anything that I need to do my job better. He said, not just my manager, any manager. And then he said something magical. He says, I also worked at Caesar's Palace. And at Caesar's Palace, the managers are trying to make sure we're doing everything right. They catch us when we do things wrong. He says, when I go to work there, I like to keep my head under the radar and just get through the day so I can get my paycheck. He says, here at the Four Seasons, I feel I can be myself. Same person, entirely a different experience from the customer who will engage with Noah. So that our instinct is to say, you're out.
And that's what leadership is.
We do not practice empathy. What does empathy look like? Here's the lack of empathy. This is normal in our business world. You walk into someone's office, someone walks into our office and says, your numbers have been down for the third quarter in a row. You have to pick up your numbers, otherwise I can't guarantee what the future will look like. How inspired do you think that person is to come to work the next day?
I know.
Here's what empathy looks like.
We have to learn it.
You walk into someone's office, someone walks into your office and says, your numbers are down for the third quarter in a row.
Don't have the
ability. Are you okay?
To make decisions
I'm
that
worried
will
about
impact
you.
the entire organization.
What's going on?
You have the ability to make
We
decisions
all have
that will
performance
impact
issues.
the life of another
Maybe
human
someone's
being.
kid is sick.
How
Maybe
they
they're
feel
having
about their
problems in
own
their
jobs.
marriage.
How
Maybe one
well
of their
their,
parents is dying. We don't know
goes.
what's going
How
on in their
easily they can
lives.
get work
And of
done. How
course it
supported
will
they
affect
feel.
performance at
How
work.
supported they feel if they
Empathy
make a
is
mistake.
being concerned about the
Do they
human
feel that they can
being,
turn to you and
not
ask
just
you for
their
help? That's
output.
all within your control. It's the same
And we
thing as
have to
being in a
practice
relationship,
empathy.
being a friend.
And one of the groups that
Being
we
a good
are
friend,
pretty bad at practicing empathy
means
with
that our
is our
friends
young
can rely on us. They can
millennials.
trust lifestyle.
Struggling with.
That's it.
Right?
Some people
so we have to
get
understand that
degrees
it breaks down to four
in how to do
things.
Their jobs, engineers or accountants. And if you're
I've broken it down into parenting,
and eventually
technology,
to a position
impatience,
where you're now responsible
and
for people
environment.
to do the job.
Let's talk about parenting first.
But nobody teaches us how to
Too
do
many
that.
millennials
We just expect
have
them to
grown
do
up
leadership, right? It's as if we put
subject
somebody
to what
in
has
front
been
of a machine and
described
demand results,
as
but
a
never show them
failed
how to use the machine.
parenting strategy.
And so the reason we get managers,
Too many of them
the
were
reason we
told
get
as they were growing up that they were
micromanagers, the reason we
special,
get bad
that they can
leaders
have whatever they
is
want,
because
just
Nobody
because
showed
they
them how
want
to do the
it.
job of leadership. For
They
one.
got medals for
And
coming
two,
in last. They got
can't help
participation
themselves.
medals.
Of course, they're going to tell you to
Right?
do it
And
their
the
way,
science on
because
this
they
is
actually
already
do know
good.
how
We
to do it
know
better than you, 'cause
that
that's
it
what got them the
devalues the
promotion in the
feeling
first
that somebody who works hard
And the
and comes
transition
in
we have to make
first place,
is that we are
and it
no
actually
longer
makes the person who comes in
responsible
last
for the job.
embarrassed because they know they don't
As I said
deserve it. So
before,
it
we now
actually
become
makes them feel
responsible for the
worse. It actually
people
doesn't
who are
help.
responsible for the job.
There are a lot of kids who
There's
got into
not
honors
a
classes,
manager
not because
around
they
who's
deserved
responsible
it,
for
but
the
because
results.
their
We're
parents
responsible for the people
complained,
who are responsible for the
and they got